Get ready for the ultimate clash of boxing titans. Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. are set to square off on July 29th in a battle that has the entire boxing world buzzing. With experts divided and predictions flying, it's a showdown that promises explosive action and a fight to remember. Don't miss the electrifying collision between these two welterweight warriors as they vie for supremacy in the ring. Mark your calendars and prepare for the fight of the decade. So it's finally happening. Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford have agreed to have the super fight that boxing fans have been waiting for. According to ESPN's Mike Coppinger, the battle will be on July 29th in Las Vegas. Pound for pound, these two boxers are among the greatest in the world. Anson Wainwright of RingTV.com said on April 4th that a potential deal has been made for a fight on June 17th. However, Dan Rafael, a longtime boxing promoter, stated that a deal was not close and that a June date was unlikely, even if everything was completed. Crawford hasn't lost in 39 fights, and 30 of them were knockouts. When he last fought in December, he knocked out David Adesanya in the 6th round. It was his 6th WBO welterweight title defense in a row that went well. Spence has also never lost, with a record of 28-0 and 22 knockouts. In April 2022, he KO'd Jordanis Ugas in the 10th round. The long story leading up to Tuesday's news shows that boxing has had a problem for a long time. Without one governing body, it's too easy for politics and posturing behind the scenes to get in the way of the clear matches that fans would pay a lot of money to see. Crawford versus Spence was just the most recent example, and because the talks look so long, both sides are quick to point fingers. Crawford said that he talked to the 33-year-old and his manager personally in November to find a solution. He said that he was taking all the risks and was ready to work for less money, but Spence's team didn't give him enough information to ease his worries. A few weeks later, in a chat with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour, Crawford, 35, talked about the situation again. "I just blame how boxing is run. I don't blame myself for not making even one part of the fight. I felt I had said yes to everything I had to say yes to. I feel like I've done everything I should have as an independent boxer to make that fight happen, but I can only help so much." Kevin Lowell of Yahoo Sports said that the whole thing makes the sport look ridiculous and decidedly low rent. At some point you had to figure that Crawford and Spence had so much money on the line that they couldn't do this. This will be the most anticipated boxing match of the year, and it could also be a turning point in careers of both fighters. The undisputed championship fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford is one of the boxing fights that fans are most excited to see. These two welterweights have both perfect records, making them the most formidable competitors in their weight class, and both parties have a quality that the other one lacks. It is an opportunity to succeed Floyd Mayweather as the next undisputed welterweight champion of the world. It appears that fans will soon get the opportunity to witness these two top names square up against one another and put their perfect boxing records on the line for a chance to win glory. And while everyone else was already making their predictions for the fight, Mike Tyson, a former heavyweight champion, chimed in and made his prediction in front of the reigning unified welterweight champion. Tyson projected that Crawford would lose the fight. The former heavyweight champion was asked about his thoughts on the speculated match between Spence Jr. and Crawford in a recent interview, and he provided his candid responses. In addition to that, he presented a very unique angle from which to examine this super fight. In addition to this, he discussed another battle that he is interested in watching that features David Benavidez, who is one of his favorite boxers. The forecast that Mike Tyson has for the Spence Jr. versus Crawford fight. Mike Tyson gave his prediction for the winner of the fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford in an interview with Eli Sekbach from ES News. Sekbach is a reporter for ES News. He stated that he is confident Crawford would prevail over Spence Jr. and that this is his prediction. In addition, in order to corroborate his argument, he established a parallel between the two in question. Tyson responded by saying, "The reason I say Crawford is because what do you think about the guy they both fought? Take a look at what he did to the Porter, as well as what he did to the Porter." Tyson is referring to the fight against Sean Porter earlier this year. Spence Jr. was victorious in the fight on a split judge's decision. Crawford, on the other hand, emerged victorious via technical knockout. It could be brought to everyone's attention that the fight is expected to take place on July 29th. Both parties have not yet provided an official confirmation of this information. However, the specifics of the fight are are already public knowledge, and confirmation from both teams should be forthcoming to the supporters at any moment now. Tim Bradley is of the opinion that the fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford is a true toss-up. Bradley stated that Spence is one of the most well-rounded fighters in the world, while he implied that Crawford possesses greater innate boxing ability of the two competitors. In an interview with Fight Hype, Tim Bradley was also asked the following question. This is a fight that might go any way. You have a fighter in Errol Spence Jr., who is, in my opinion, the most fundamentally sound fighter in the world. The combination of the jab that travels through the center of the body and the straight left hand that comes after it is extremely effective and efficient, controlling the space and distance between them, setting up everything off his jab, and destroying the body on the inside. During his most recent fight, which took place in April at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington and featured Jordanis Ugas as his opponent, Spence Jr. displayed his incredible body punching. The Truth fought his Cuban opponent until the 10th round, when he broke his eye socket and forced the referee to stop the fight. This victory allowed him to add the WBA belt to his collection. Terence Crawford's chances of victory with Errol Spence Jr. are discussed by Tim Bradley. Bradley followed by going through a list of Crawford's amazing assets, which he believes give him a chance to win the fight against Spence. But what happens when you have a guy that is not going to stand there and take those body punches? A gentleman who is capable of delivering those body shots effectively as well. You have Crawford, who enjoys going in many directions. He likes to move quickly, move to different areas, and lay traps for his opponents, catching them as they are throwing. Crawford possesses some deadly striking power. The most recent fight for Crawford took place in November 2021 in Las Vegas against Sean Porter. In a bout that was intensely competitive, the third-ranked pound-for-pound fighter was the first guy to put an end to Porter's performance. After being knocked down twice in the 10th round, Showtime was saved by this corner and pulled out of the fight. The outcome of the fight between Spence and Crawford is still up in the air. In any case, we should be in for an exciting fight because the two competitors are among the very best in the world. Fans and experts alike are brimming with exhilaration and anticipation as they eagerly await the imminent clash of two boxing titans in the highly anticipated welterweight showdown. The air is thick with excitement, buzzing with fervor as spectators from all corners of the globe eagerly discuss and debate the potential outcome of this epic encounter. The electrifying energy surrounding the impending bout is palpable, fueled by the anticipation of witnessing a display of skill, power, and sheer determination. It's a moment that captures the essence of boxing, drawing in enthusiasts who are hungry for the thrill, the drama, and the spectacle that only a matchup of this magnitude can deliver. Who do you support? Do let us know in the comment section below. That's all for the video today. We will be right back with more. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.